And Ohtani torches one, tosses the bat, and watches it fly.
Tonight, as Schwarber lifts one to deep right field, it's number 300.
Indiana deep left center field. It's back. It is gone. Fernando wants it off.
Look at this. Are you kidding me? He is back.
Whether it's good morning, good afternoon, or good night, welcome to another episode of the Rubber Match Baseball Podcast. I'm your host, Joshua Northcutt, and joining me today is Paris Cremines. Paris, how you doing, buddy?
Yeah, I'm pretty good. I'm pretty good. I'm hanging in there. How are you?
I'd be better if the Reds didn't lose 2-3 from the Marlins, but, they have a chance at least to tie the series today. Game's going on right now, so
That's
I've
true.
got that going on in the background.
I also, yeah. Well, I went to the game last night, and I didn't realize it was a 4-game set. So I was like, you can't sweep these Cincinnati Reds. Like, I was like excited. I was like happy. And then I find out they have another game against them. So, maybe they can split it.
So if you're just tuning in for the first time, welcome. Be sure to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter X, all at CX Pod Network. Now, here's what we've got lined up for you today on the show. First, we'll start with the first pitch, where we'll break down the biggest headlines from the past week in baseball. Then it's time for 3 Up, 3 Down, where we highlight 3 players or teams on a hot streak and 3 who are trending in the wrong direction. And finally, we'll wrap it up with our rubber match picks of the week, where we'll each choose a series we believe will have a deciding game 3 and who think will come out on top. Paris, obviously nothing really has changed, but a little bit. But if you're ready, go ahead and give us your first headline.
Yeah. So my first headline, big one, exciting one. We've talked about it a little bit on the show before. ABS challenge system to be used at the All-Star game. That's fun. I mean, I'm a big proponent of the ABS challenge system. So, I feel like the way the MLB is using it and the way that they're slowly rolling it out, to be honest, I don't think the MLB does many things great, but I do think that I think the way that they've handled this has been pretty good. And I think especially rolling it out in the All-Star game, I mean, that'll be fun. It'll be fun. I'm curious to see if it'll actually be used and how much it'll be used, because if I'm a player at the All-Star game, I'm all the time, every pitch, basically, like every single pitch. It's All-Star game. Who cares? So I'm interested to see how much it gets used.
I'm going to assume there's probably going to be some rules. It's going to kind of be like the NFL challenge type thing, where you're not going to be able to review every pitch. But
99 down the middle of the plate. And
no. Yeah, if I'm the first batter, I'm 100% doing it.
Yeah, 100%. No question.
But that was actually one of my headlines, and I wholeheartedly agree. I'm looking forward to it. And I know a lot of people say having robo-umpires takes things out of the games. Well, there's some umpires that need to be taken out of the game. They are really, really, really bad strike zones.
Yeah.
I think I was just watching, it was a throwback video, but it was a Max Scherzer no-hitter that basically, or it was a perfect game that got screwed into a no-hitter because the umpire missed the call.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, and I think, you know what? I think it's an underrated talking point about it is that sometimes it's not even the umpire's fault. I think the reason it's so necessary now is the average velo of starting pitchers is so high. I mean, it's such a tough job to watch a Paul Skeens pitch come over the plate and to have to decide on the money if it's borderline right there. Average velo has gone up, and it's something that has to adapt in the game. I'm so sick of watching bats taken out of really great players' hands because of a bad call or that completely changes in that bat. So I think sometimes it's not even necessarily the umpire's fault or intention. It's just that the game has evolved. The players are better than they've ever been, in my opinion. So it's just necessary. It just has to happen.
If you have the technology, you should use it. Simple
100%.
as that.
Yeah, 100%.
So moving on to my headline, a lot of times during the All-Star week, the home run derby is the talk of the conversation, and the lineup is starting to fill out. We have Cal Raleigh, James Wood, Junior Caminero, Byron Buxton, O'Neill Cruz, Ronald Acuna, and today Brent Rooker got added.
Mhm.
Paris, are you kind of, as we've gotten older, have you gotten bored with the Derby? Do you still look forward to it? Is it kind of just background noise? What's your thoughts on the Derby?
I guess I wouldn't say I look forward to it. It's got a little bit of that NBA dunk contest feel where, you know, there's only so much that the formula can change a little bit. Not that the formula should change, I don't think. I mean, home run derby. I would be upset if they didn't do the home run derby. You know, I would be upset if they ever announced that. You know, it's just people aren't tuning in. We're not going to do it. I wouldn't say I look forward to it. That said, though, the lineup this year,
Yeah,
real nice.
that's an A plus lineup. Like the only one you're really maybe missing is obviously the guy who has won it multiple times and Pete Alonso, and then maybe Aaron Judge. But besides this, it's a lot of young guys you can build on.
Mhm.
Now, I believe Byron Buxton will probably have to be removed from it, and I was wondering if Brett Rooker took his spot because Byron Buxton actually just got injured again, which is
Mhm.
horrible news for the Twins because they've been rumored to be shopping him, and
Mhm.
talk is the Reds could have been interested, but that's the story of Byron Buxton, and for another time, unfortunately. But if
Yeah.
I'll read the names one more time, and I'm going to put you on the spot: Cal
Okay.
Raleigh, James Woods, Junior Caminero, O'Neill Cruz, Ronald Acuna, Brett Rooker. Who wins the home run derby?
Well, I mean, you're gonna want to say Cal Riley. Obviously, that feels like the obvious answer. Um, but give you a little hot take. Give me O'Neill Cruz. I believe in O'Neill Cruz. I believe in his bat. That dude's a monster. I mean, he's got insane power. Um, yeah, give me like if everyone's expecting Cal Riley to win, and I'm O'Neill Cruz, I got a little chip on my shoulder. So give me the guy with a chip on his shoulder. I'm gonna go with O'Neill Cruz. Um, I hope so, at least. I don't know.
Yeah, I actually think, and this is not fat shaming, but I think Cal's size might be able to hurt him a little bit, pending his
Mhm.
stamina and whatnot when it comes to swinging. The guy who I think's got a really good shot is James Wood, a young
Mm.
dude who can bop.
Mhm.
Wants to make a name for himself. He's a national, kind of a small market dude. And then obviously the favorite will be Ronald Acuna because it's in Atlanta. So,
Yeah,
but as
yeah,
you mentioned, it is a stacked lineup.
yeah.
Do you have another headline that you want to bring up?
Um, I didn't really have one that massively jumped out
Okay.
to me. Uh I had something about Mike Trout hit 2 homers the other day, which
Yep.
is exciting. Um, but nothing really that was like huge. What
Yeah.
about you? What did you see?
Yeah, no, the only thing that I saw also was Ken Rosenthal mentioned that the Cubs are basically in on every pitcher ever, and they're willing to part with two of their biggest prospects because they've got the mindset. They went all in on Kyle Tucker.
Mhm.
They now have to win this year because it doesn't look like he's going to re-sign, and as we've mentioned many times, he's probably going to be a Dodger. Ugh.
Mhm. Yeah,
But
yeah.
there's talks of them in with Edward Cabrera. Would you be upset if the Reds could get maybe one of their outfield prospects if they did an interdivision trade? Since we have a little bit extra pitching, whether it's Petty, whether it's Louder, whether it's Lodello, hell, they can have Nick Martinez for a pack of bubble gum. I'll just take some Ivy from the outfield.
Dude, what is a more Nick Martinez experience than having a game where you nearly throw a no hitter? Like, what was that, like a week and a half ago,
Mhm.
2 weeks ago? And now everyone in the city is like, get this guy off of my team. Put him in the bullpen. I mean, such a Nick Martinez experience. Um, yeah, I mean, I guess, yeah, yes, I would. It would depend on the arm. Louder would be tough to swallow. I don't. I don't even know if they would be willing to move off of one of those prospects for Louder. Probably I would, but it would definitely depend on Chase Petty. Yeah, for sure, take him. I mean, yeah, I take him and package him with someone else. Yeah, obviously. But yeah, I would say yeah.
All right. Well, we'll go ahead and move on to 3 up, 3 down. We'll start with the up players. Somebody who did well. Paris, who do you got?
So I have Bryce Harper, just hit a moonshot. On what game was that? 7th, I think, or the 9th. That was yesterday, I believe. Bryce Harper just hit a moonshot and had 3 doubles in a single game against the Padres, I believe, is who the Phillies just played. The Giants. The Giants. They played the Giants. Had a homer, 3 doubles in that game. He's had a obviously tumultuous season because of injuries. Definitely not up to his standard, but I think post All-Star break, I think we'll see a lot more vintage Bryce Harper. And that was a big series for them. So that's my good player.
All right. Well, I'm staying in that series. Did you happen to see Patrick Bailey's walk-off on, I believe it was Tuesday night?
I did not.
3-run inside the park home run to walk it off.
Yes.
Absolute shot to center field, and that ball was just gone.
Yeah.
And he was booking it. And what's nuts is Patrick Bailey used to be a catcher. I think he plays some outfield now out there for the Giants. May catch still a little bit, but for somebody like his size, that was impressive to be able to get around the base and a 3-run inside the park walk off. That's insane.
Now tell me, because I didn't see it. Tell me, there were no errors, there were no fumbling around?
No, it was literally just he hit it in the perfect spot. The ball bounced off, and people are going to be able to look it up. I'm going to go ahead and post it right now as we're talking about it. It hit the wall perfectly and just went the complete opposite way. Center fielder was kind of lost to where the ball went, and they just sent him.
That's awesome. That is so awesome. Don't you just love baseball?
Absolutely. How can you not be romantic about baseball?
A former catcher inside the park home run. That's awesome.
Correct.
That's
and, did you have another winner? If not, I have one as well.
I have a loser from the same game, but if you want to stick on winners,
I'll give one more winner. The Guardians ended their 10-game losing streak. Simple as that. Cleveland ended their 10-game winning streak, and then they won 3 in a row. They swept the Astros, I believe, or no. Sorry, the Astros will have a game tonight. I apologize, but yes, they took the first 3 games from the Astros: 7-5, 10-6, 4-2. Unbelievable. The Astros are arguably the best team in baseball to some people. They're the hottest team since June 1st. And the Guardians 10-game losing streak, no problem. We're going to go into Houston. We're going to take 3 games from them.
Yeah. Well, it ebbs like the game. It even if you're a good team, you can always expect at some point, 1 month or a couple series during the season, you're going to wish that you weren't a fan of that team every season for every team. I mean, it's so common that'll happen. Now, are the Guardians really going to go get hot? I don't think so. Most of the time you have a 10-game losing streak, there's probably a pretty good reason for it. But yeah, good for them.
Yeah, we were just talking about them being the team that is definitely going to sell. And now it's if you sweep the Astros, do you sell? You are 15 games out of first place still because the Tigers are just running away with it.
Yes.
But now for the 3 down. Paris, who's your first player or team?
First player, I mentioned the Bryce Harper, great game for the Phillies, and they were playing the Giants in that series. I'm going with Justin Verlander. Really, real bad season, especially for his standards. I have some of his season stats. 0-7 record, which is who cares for pitchers, but 4.70 ERA. 67 strikeouts and 1.42 whip. He's had a pretty, obviously for his standards, disappointing season. He has negative 0.5 WAR And I got to be honest, it just kind of bums me out.
Mhm.
I mentioned Trout earlier, had 2 homers. Trout, Verlander, it bums me out to see these guys have down years and to know that their careers are kind of definitely coming to an end. I just watched a video the other day that was recapping the 2000s to 2010 decade of baseball. And in it, they showed Verlander's debut, and it bummed me out. It bummed me out because he's shot. Like, he's shot. So, yeah, Phillies kind of hit him around a little bit. I think he still went 6 innings pitched. 6 innings pitched, gave up 7 hits, 4 runs, 2 of them earned runs, and no walks, 7 strikeouts. So, and a homer, 2. Harper.
Yeah. So Paris, I can sum this up. Welcome to getting old, my friend. Those dudes that you absolutely loved growing up, yeah, they
Yeah.
age with you, unfortunately.
It sucks.
Just wait until that fan favorite of yours, like your favorite player, goes into the Hall of Fame, and you're like, wait, what? What? No, what?
I can't imagine. I can't. Yeah. Like yeah, that'll be wild. Cannot imagine.
That's when you start realizing how old it is, and then you start just realizing, you know what? I'm just going to enjoy the game a little bit more because it's for those people. Not to change the subject and bring it back to the Reds, even though I'm about to talk about the Reds. Those people who are like, "Oh, well, just enjoy Ellie while we have him." Well, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to enjoy Ellie De La Cruz every day that I can, and I'm going to watch him every day that I can because he plays for my favorite team. So yes, I'm going to enjoy this, and then when he goes elsewhere, it's going to suck. But it's part of being a small market baseball team.
Well, I at the game last night. They have Tyler. They had the big jumbotron that had Tyler Stevenson on there, and it showed debuted in 2020, and that like kind of took me back a little bit because I mean, obviously, I know he's been on the team for a while, but like 2020 just feels like so long ago that I was like, what? He's been in the big leagues for 5 years, so yeah. So even current players, you kind of go, God, you've been on the roster that long?
But Paris, I'm going to put you on the spot here.
Oh God,
Clayton Kershaw, Max Scherzer,
huh?
Justin Verlander. Start one, bench one, cut one.
Oh, oh. Okay, I'll start Verlander. I would start Verlander. I think he, of all of them, has had the most decorated career. I'm also going based on who would I feel the most comfortable with in like a game 7, like
That's
starting.
that's basically what I'm saying. There we go. Game 7.
So game 7, yeah, I would feel the most comfortable with Justin Verlander.
Okay.
It's such a tough question because I want the lefty on the bench. But if it's game 7 of the World Series, I kind of don't want Clayton Kershaw. So I'll go bench Scherzer and cut Kershaw. Dude, he just made 3,000. I don't know. That's tough. That's tough, but I'll stick with my list.
You want to talk about 3 dudes, first ballot Hall of Fame, sure thing.
100%.
So 100%. My down is Hunter Green has been sent back to Arizona. He was going to get a start down there in Louisville, and it got scratched. So now he's headed back to Arizona to work things out. My hope is maybe they were just like, you know what, maybe we wait until it gets past the All-Star break and we don't have those fans losing their mind if he's not called up on Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
But I will say it worries me that he's going all the way back to Arizona. He was in Louisville already, and they're like, no, you need to go get some more work in Arizona.
Apparently for the groin. I mean, apparently for the same thing. Now, I was a little bit confused when I read when the news broke. Did he tweak his groin again, and that's why he's missing it? Or were they just worried about it still, and they sent him back?
Apparently he didn't say it was re-aggravated, but it was acting up when he was trying to warm up, is what I read. So it sounds like it probably hasn't healed.
Yeah, it worries me.
You ready for my take? It's
yes.
gonna be the Matt McClain oblique. We're just gonna keep hearing about it the rest of the year.
That sucks. But you're probably right. Because at this point, man, like I did not expect it to last this long. I mean, this is unbelievable.
Yeah. But we're also not starting pitchers in the whole stretch and the movement down there. It's just part of me, it goes back to things me and you have talked about many times before, Paris, when we talk about the Reds and their injuries. Eventually, you got to look at the staff, right? These are just simple, in my mind, these are injuries that happen because you're not stretching well enough, or you're not doing this, or you're overexerting yourself somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
But don't eventually you have to look at the medical staff?
Yeah. I mean, listen, every team, every fan base feels like their team is cursed with injuries. Every year, every team is going to feel that way. But at a certain point, it's not just fan delusion with the Reds. I mean, it's every year, and it's a major piece, a major player. Why do we never have a Taylor Rogers injury? Why is it always Hunter Green? Why isn't it a Scott Barlow injury?
Hey, Barlow's pretty good out of the bullpen, man.
Hey, no offense to those guys. No
But
offense.
they're not Hunter Green.
But they're not Hunter Green.
Yeah.
They're not Matt McClain last year. You mentioned that. It's and then when he comes back, if it is a Matt McClain situation, when he comes back next year, it's going to take some time. Well, he hasn't pitched in the big leagues in a certain amount of time. It just sucks. It just sucks because he was looking like a Cy Young candidate, and here we are.
Truly looked like that breakout year was coming. This guy can win the Cy Young. He can be the best pitcher in the NL, which is crazy to say because the NL is loaded, specifically the NL Central. Jesus. No wonder all the Cubs needed arm.
I know. Yeah. Mitzi, Skeens, Burns, and
So
Hunter Green.
Yeah. Hopefully Louder can get his name up there again because he had good stuff. But another injury that just doesn't seem – we haven't heard anything about. I'm waiting to hear the words TJ. I'm waiting.
Oh, God.
And we're going to lose them all next year. I'm waiting. I am literally waiting.
Why wouldn't they – if it was TJ, why wouldn't it have been addressed already?
I'm assuming that maybe they don't think it is and it's just other things acting up. But I swore last time I saw – he reported, surprise. It's a strained oblique now is what's got him out. Again, oblique. That has to deal with stretching. I refuse to believe it's not with stretching.
Yeah. And medical staff, what are we doing?
Yeah, I don't know. But do you have a third loser? If not, I do have one.
No, I will defer to you for our third loser.
All right, or the down part of the group. It's the Kansas City Royals, despite going 3-0 in their series with the Pirates, officially has put Cole Reagans on the 60-day IL, a team that has had a lot of hopes high. Kind of like the Reds. A young team made that move to get Jonathan India to help out Bobby Witt, and the young pitching hasn't been great, but it doesn't help when arguably your number one, if not number two pitcher, and Cole Reagans has now been out for 2 months due to a rotator cuff issue. A little bit concerning there for a team that, if they got in, they had a 3-man rotation that could be deadly in that AL.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So a rotator cuff injury for a pitcher sounds horribly gruesome. That sounds so painful. My God. But yeah, I agree with you. I mean, India was supposed to be their ideal leadoff man, and I wanted India to do well. I was really rooting for him, and he's been a lot of the same kind of Jonathan India we've seen lately. So, and that's just disappointing for that fan base that had such a great year last year to just kind of get forgotten about again. But yeah, disappointing.
And then the honorable mention was Jacob Wilson injured his hand in the first inning earlier in the week, took a fastball off his hand. It'd be a shame that if he could not start, and they're holding out hope he can start on Monday or Tuesday. But if he can't start the All-Star game after the first half he had, that's an absolute shame. That's
a crime. That is a crime. I did another honorable mention I want to shout out for players that are up. Brian Wu making it to the All-Star. So I love me some Brian Wu. I love me a Brian Wu fastball every so often.
All right, so let's wrap things up with our rubber match picks of the week. Paris, what is your matchup?
My matchup is I think Dodgers Giants will go to a rubber match. Last time those teams took the field together, it was a great series. Giants took it. Is that right? Yeah, Giants took the series, and so um, I think those are two teams, very motivated teams. So I'm going to give it to. I will say the Dodgers will take that rubber match. Is my pick. Who are currently on a 6-game losing streak, getting
Yeah.
swept back
But
to back, getting swept by the Brewers, and then who was the first? What was the first series?
I don't remember who they got swept over by the weekend. Oh man, it's gonna bother me now. I'll have to look that up. But yeah, no, six game losing streak, and their lead is down to 5 games. So the Giants, I mean, they're battling for their playoff lives. They're
Yep.
absolutely going to need to go out there and give their best stuff. And luckily for them, on the mound Friday night is Logan Webb. He'll be going against Dustin May. On Saturday, Otani will be going against Rupp. And then Sunday, underrated matchup, Yamamoto versus Robbie Ray. You want to talk about somebody who doesn't get a lot of credit for how good he is? Robbie Ray.
Yeah. 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 That's a solid matchup. And that's also kind of why I feel like I'm giving the Dodgers the nod, because I am kind of give Yamamoto the nod in that pitching matchup. But you're right. Here I am underrating the guy. But, he's underrated.
I'm actually going to take the Giants in this one. I agree with you, by the way. This was one of the two that I had for the rubber match. I think Giants win game 1. Logan Webb goes out there, shows his Cy Young caliber stuff. Game 2, Otani probably does his 1-inning thing, but when Otani starts, magically these bats just come alive for the Dodgers. And then I will take Robbie Ray out shoving Yamamoto on Sunday in a pitcher's duel.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm going to take the Giants.
Okay. All right. Okay. Interesting.
Now, my lean for the rubber match was Mariners and Tigers. But if I pick the Mariners again, I'm no longer going to be able to say I'm not a Mariners fan. I can't do it. So, looking down at these pitching matchups, there's one series that truly intrigues me. And where did it go? Hold on. I just had it. Of course, I lost it. This is great podcasting. There it is. Rangers at Astros. Listen to these. Now, Friday's kind of Jack Leiter, Lance McCullers. Kind of but still not bad.
Yeah.
Saturday, Jacob deGrom, Framber Valdez.
Yeah.
Sunday, Nathan Eovaldi, Hunter Brown.
Phew.
Sign me up for that.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of pitching duels. Yeah.
Yes.
Talk about another guy who came on late. Could have added him to the bench cut double and made it even harder. DeGrom has looked great. And this series, I think the Rangers need it bad. I almost feel the AL West is too far out of it, but they need to build something into the All-Star break and out of it. So go ahead and give me the Rangers to win. I believe Astros will win the first one, and then the two guys, DeGrom and Eovaldi, will slam the door shut. But, man, that Eovaldi-Hunter Brown matchup on Sunday, woo-hoo.
Yeah. Yeah. I will go with the Astros. You said it when we were talking about them earlier. They're arguably one of the best teams in baseball since June. And I like Hunter Brown a lot. And so I'm going to give him the nod on that Sunday game. But I think it'll be a fun weekend of pitching. And I'll say that, and then the bats will come alive and we'll all look stupid. But I don't think the Astros will take too kindly to getting killed. So I'll go the Astros.
Yeah, I'm going to say Friday will be the pitcher's duel of Leiter and McCullers. And then the other two games will just be home run derby all over freaking Astros Stadium.
Yeah, we'll get two shutouts that goes to extra innings. We'll get both pitchers throwing a shutout, and it goes to extra innings, and it'll be like, just errors that score the ghost runner on second. That's what'll happen.
Do you have anything else you want to go over or throw out there?
No, I think that about touches all the bases. Other than this isn't a Reds podcast, but the Reds upcoming, before the All-Star break, this was the biggest stretch of their season, and to make sure that they were buyers at the deadline. And now we're in the same spot we've been in for like 2 years, where we're just like, I don't know. We'll see, I
Literally,
guess.
I don't know what they're going to do. I don't know if they're going to blow it up and keep only like 4 or 5 dudes, or they're going to turn around and maybe try to go get a bat. It's frustrating as hell. I'll leave it at that.
Very frustrating.
But that will do it for this week's episode of the Rubber Match Podcast. If you're watching us on YouTube, be sure to like, subscribe, and leave a comment below to let us know your thoughts. Prefer just to listen? You can catch our podcast on Apple Music, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify, all thanks to rss.com. If you enjoyed today's show, we'd love if you left us a 5-star review out there. It really helps us out. And then lastly, for more content across sports, make sure you follow at CX Pod Network on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter X, and YouTube. We've got podcasts covering the NBA, the WNBA, NASCAR, NFL, and coming soon, college football. But for Paris and myself, thanks for listening. And as always, catch some great baseball, folks.